on, everybody? Welcome to episode 83 of our Watford career mode, and today, two games for you. We're going to go Sheffield and Burnley, but normally we have our three-game kind of schedule for this particular episode, but today we're doing two, and then we're going to do a transfer in here, and depending on how that transfer goes, it may take a little bit longer than I would like, so we're just going to roll with the two games, and then we're going to go with transfers. So we're going to look to do a right winger or a left winger, either way, a winger in general, but we're going to start with the Sheffield United game, so we're going to jump right on into it. We got to keep on winning. We're 1 point ahead of Manchester City right now. Let's jump into this. Nicely done. Back inside. Can we slip that through? Jonathan David. Can't quite get a handle on it, but we've managed to nick it back in a good spot. We slipped this through. Wow, a great touch from Vinicius, and what a finish as well. It's 1-0 inside 5 minutes. What a start for us, and what a touch. He looked like he was going to touch that inside and have the ball nabbed off him, but the touch outside was really brilliant here. It's played in, and then, oh, look at that. He's just touched it outside him. It's just, that's a brilliant touch from Vinicius. And then he goes ahead and smashes it past the goalkeeper over his leg. That's why you got to lift chances like that. And it's 1-0. Back inside. Back across here. One more. What a pass that is. That's not really the pass I meant to do, but it's incredible nonetheless, as Vinicius almost gets brought down, but he manages to hold on to it here. And Vinicius goes for goal, and that's a great save. I was waiting for that middle to open up just so I can play that ball across. It never opened up how I liked it to. And Vinicius, though, forces a really good save. Nicely done by Hakimi to just jump over that tackle. Is Emre Can again, who's been marauding forward all day long today. Fabian, can he slip it through? He can, and Hernandez is onside. And Hernandez cuts back, and he goes for goal. Oh, it's off the outside of the post. A really good attempt there. That looked like a goal, but off the outside of the post. It's Emre Can, touched forward. Get out to Vinicius. We can, and Vinicius with a really lovely touch inside, and now he's racing toward the byline. And he's into space. Look at his pace. He brings them everywhere, and it's come back, and that's an easy finish from Hernandez. What a run that is from Vinicius. That touch inside, and then he bursts right past the center back out toward the byline. Goalkeeper comes to get him. He holds on to it, gets that pass off quickly, and then Hernandez just has a easy finish into an empty net. Defender did, really well to get as close as he did to that ball, but it's a second goal for us. It's 2-0 just before halftime. Reguilon coming forward now, back inside. Here's Vinicius racing into space, and he's racing forward again here. He clips that into space. Jonathan David, it's 3. And again, 2 in a couple of minutes. Jonathan David this time. That's a lovely clip ball once again from Vinicius, who's tearing apart that left-hand side. And he's just clipped it in all alone as Jonathan David, and on the volley, he makes no mistake. The technique, brilliant. Goalkeeper gets a touch but cannot keep it out. It's a brilliant goal. And now, as halftime once again approaches, it's 3-0. Nice takeaway. Slip it into space. One more. Can we slip it through? We can. And Hernandez gets it back. It's brilliant football. It's 4-0. This is game over. And Sheffield being torn apart by our quick, decisive movement here. And that's a lovely ball in. And Jonathan David just gets it back to tap into an empty net, though he fires it home. It's a lovely move. Brilliant, tight football. And it's 4-0 on the hour mark. Hakimi here can get it up the wing. Ismail Yassar can run onto this and does. He gets inside as well. Defender slowed down. Can get it to the top of the box. Oh, what a save. Lovely movement there. Emre Can getting on the end of it, almost forcing in a fifth. A minute and a half to go here as Sheffield United push forward and then lose it. They were looking for a consolation, but that's not going to do it. And it's going to be game over here. A 4-0 victory. Very comprehensive. Very good football here. Boos around the stadium, but we were just way too good for Sheffield today. And we add 3 points to the board. They didn't even have a shot, Sheffield. We had 9, but it is what it is, as Manchester City do beat Leeds 3-0. So they stay within 1 point. But, we've done rather well there. Now, I'm going to go to the end of the week And if an offer for a Stupinan doesn't come in, then we are going to play that game and move to the next game, but not play it, and then we'll go after it. I'm going to give the amount of time necessary before I move in and go for a transfer. We're going to see if a Stupinan gets an offer in first. Hasn't come yet. And it may not come, to be completely fair, but an offer comes in for Emre Can. 35 million. I'm not even going to... I shouldn't even decline this. I'm only going to decline it because of how the game works, but... ridiculous offer there. A ridiculous offer for Emre Can. But let's jump into it. We're going to jump right into the Burnley game then. Actually, an offer has just come for a Stupinan. 8.2 million. That's a lot more than I thought would come. We're going to delegate this. Just going to start at 10. If we can get that, I didn't think we'd get that much. I'll show you after this game. Once that offer goes through, we'll see how everything goes. But let's jump into this Burnley game. Watford, Burnley. We got to keep on winning. City keep on winning. We got to match them. Let's go. Nicely done. Can we get this through the middle there? Hernandez is making the run. And can he take it away? He can. He's held on to it. And Hernandez has finished it as well. Pretty direct. But when direct works, you go for it. It's 1-0 here inside 7 minutes. And Hernandez did well to get that touch in between the two defenders and then get out of the way of the sliding tackle and then beat the goalkeeper. It's a good ball through the middle. Good touch. He goes down. Defender misses the slide tackle. The other defender taken out of it via the slide tackle. And then he just finishes it past Pope. It's a good finish from Hernandez and an early 1-0 lead here. It's Jonathan David on it. And he's going to race toward this middle spot. Can we get this through to Hernandez, who keeps making the runs we want him to make? And he once again escapes the goalkeeper, or the defending sliding challenge. He's too quick for these defenders. Not Jonathan David, is Hernandez. And Jonathan David is just the beneficiary of it this time. Another direct ball slipped through. And it's a race between Hernandez. He gets away, once again jumps over the sliding challenge, and Jonathan David is there to tap home into the empty net. They're going to have to change how high up their line is, Burnley. They're going to need to go a little bit deeper if they want to stop Hernandez from racing in behind. One more. Not the pass I wanted, but we got a little bit lucky. And Hernandez turns and he sees Vinicius making the run on the overlap, and we've got men forward here. It's 4-on-4 as Vinicius gets into a good spot, and Vinicius can slide it across. Brilliantly done from Vinicius, who's been a terror on that left wing the last couple of episodes. Ismail Sarr with the tap in, and we are coasting away from Burnley here at Vicarage Road. Look at Vinicius there. He cuts back, and that ball is brilliantly done. Defenders all facing the goal. Don't have time to turn and get a foot onto it. And it's just a tap in for Ismail Sarr at the back post. 3-0 here after a half hour. Still holding on to it. What's this lad doing? Giving it right to us. Jonathan David here. And Jonathan David gets to the byline. He's exhausted at the moment. Jonathan David needs the break. It comes across and it's a penalty. I thought that was just going to be a block and clear, but it is a penalty. A yellow card for Cooney. And we have a chance here to go 4-0 up before halftime. Hernandez set to try and put it in the corner here. And he goes for goal, and it's in the back of the net. I thought he saved that, Nick Pope. It's a good penalty right into the corner. He shouldn't be saving that, Pope. But a lovely, lovely penalty. And what a half of football. 4-0 the scoreline. Does he get a touch on this, Pope? Puts it in the corner. We'll have to see that again. I'm not sure if he does get a touch on it. Goes toward that corner. He does not get a touch on it. Almost does. Not quite. But there it is. 4-0 the score. Nicely done here. Hurtado on it. Looking for a way in here as Burnley look to slow the humiliation just a little bit. It's a good little ball in. He does clip it back post. Can we get up to it? Not quite. And it's Schultz with the goal. He gets above everybody and heads home. Good start to the half for Burnley. They've still got quite a bit to do, but it's a nice little move and a good clip ball. That looked like it came in off our guy's shoulder, which is annoying, but he got up. He got the header on. It's a good finish from him. And it's 4-1 here, 5 minutes into the second half. Nicely played. Here's Jonathan David. What a touch there by Hernandez. And Hernandez is in on goal. And Hernandez finishes it off. They didn't have all that much hope for very long, did they, Burnley? A couple minutes after they score their first, we score our fifth. It's Hernandez again, just piling up goals in this league. And that's a good finish from him. It's a good turn. And the touch here, look at that. He just drags it away, races into that spot, and then pokes it past the goalkeeper. It's a lovely finish. No chance. 5-1. Hernandez. One more here. It's Jonathan David. And he's going to run into this space too. And he gets away, and that is a foul. Didn't look like a foul, to be fair, but it is a foul, I guess. Are they going to send him off? They are going to send him off. Alderete sent off here for Burnley, and it just continues to get worse and worse for them. I'm going to try and go right into the bottom corner here. This would be something. Going to put a lot of pace on it. No, that is not how I thought that would handle, but sent off. They got to play down 5-1. Half hour still to go, and they got to play it with 10 men. Nice take. Jonathan David. He slipped this forward. He can. This is Malia-Sarr. And there's Vinicius out wide, and he races forward. And his pace can take him into the box. And does. He cuts back, finds a man. It's another. It's 6. And we are heading for records today. It's 6-1 after 63 minutes. An absurd performance here. I don't know. I don't remember what our record is. I don't. But we're going to chase it today. And while we're here, we might as well chase it. It's 6-1. They've got 10 men. That's a lovely finish from Jonathan David. Vinicius once again causing problems. 6-1. Nice takeaway. One more. Nicely done. Here's Hernandez. And he slipped Barco in. He can. And Barco just holding on to it. Barco cuts back and it's played across. It's 7. And we definitely are going for records here. We're averaging a goal every 10 minutes. It's 7-1 on 70 minutes. And we're just going to keep rolling. We're rolling. We're just going to keep going. And we're going to try and get our record goals today. I don't remember what our record goal is, to be fair, but if I'm 100% positive we didn't hit double digits. It's an easy enough finish there. Into the back of the net. Is Malia-Sarr with it. 7-1 on 71 minutes. Brilliant. Nice. Here's Kent racing forward with it. He's moving at pace here. And Barco's making the run. And Barco, is he going to get onto this? He is! He's finished it. It's 8-1 on 86 minutes. I don't think we're going to get to double digits. And I think we've tied our record. If the more I think about it, I think it was we scored 8 or 9 against Chelsea in one of our, and I think our second season. It was, I'm pretty sure it was against Chelsea. Chelsea or Newcastle, I'm pretty sure. As Barco slips into that space and fires home. It's 8-1 here with a couple minutes to go. Coming forward. Barco slips it forward. Can we go for 9? We are going to have the opportunity. There's 2 minutes to go. And here's Hernandez on it. Oh, loses it. And it looks like we are just going to finish with the 8. But what a result. What a... Come on, one more, actually. Oh, we might get it here. Get it out wide to Malia-Sarr. And Malia-Sarr is racing forward. Holding on to it. Can get it across. Hernandez still managing to hold on to it. Emre Can. Oh, couldn't quite turn with it there. 8-1 the final. A ridiculous, ridiculous result. I don't think that's our record. I think we may have hit 9. We'll see. Let's check how many everybody scored today. Hernandez with a hat trick. Sarr with 2. Barco with 1. Jonathan David with 2 as well. Hernandez with an assist. Barco, Kent. And then Jonathan David and Vinicius had 2. So good games all around, obviously. They had 1 shot. It went in the back of the net on that header. And then we scored 8, which is a ridiculous, ridiculous number. But now we can do a little bit of transfer stuff. Hopefully this is Stupinan thing gets done quickly. I don't know if it'll actually get done before this game against Leeds here, which is kind of an issue. Which would be a large issue. It's on a Tuesday. It's quick. I hate how long the delegations work. 8.2. We're just going to accept it. Accept the offer. Hopefully he gets to it before the Leeds game. There's a day here. And the transfer offer comes in for Kana as well. £64 million. Let's delegate this. I'd start at 86. That's a lot of money. I may just let that roll. I really may just let that roll. And if I let that roll, do we... What do we do then? Do we bring in we go for another cam? Just to bring in someone who can play cam? I think my idea was to bring in De La Vega as the option at wing. And that still may happen. But if I can find someone to play across the front, like De La Feu can, like Pavon can play across the front, but he can't really play cam. Someone who can play cam. Well, let's take a quick look. Because Kana's the third option, but that's a ton of money. Let's look at the squad really quick. Decore is back, now that I mentioned this. Do we just go in and get a really good cam? We are getting toward the end of our time here. So if we get Kana out and a really good cam comes in, can we bring in like an 86, an 87 overall kind of cam? And bring it there that way? It's a lot to think about. And, ooh, Manchester City dropped points again. They must have drawn last time as well. I missed that. They must have drawn that time. Yeah, they drew with Newcastle right after our game. Wow. That's a big result for us. Now we have goal difference and 3 points, which is essentially a 4-point lead for the moment after 23 games. That's huge. That's huge. Who do they play? They're away to West Ham, home to Villa. Home to Arsenal. Huh. That is a huge result. After 23 games, we have 60 points and then 57 for Manchester City. And just know that Liverpool in real life had a better run than this. It's just absolutely absurd, guys. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here, and then I'm going to go looking around for cams and wingers, and we'll see how that goes. In the next episode, we'll may just have the one game and then jump into some transfer stuff. Our last transfer window here at Watford. We may do it that way. But yeah, guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.